Islam is going to crowd in next to Road as best as he can.
Yep.
And oh god, this is going to be ugly. I know it is.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Ugly for the White Walkers, maybe. Oh, ugly for Islana with the natural one.
Well, no, thankfully this spell doesn't require level. Otherwise, I'd just cast it as one level lower.
Oh, that's how the wild magic's working.
Roll on your magic, your wild magic.
D100.
I feel like the spell's going to work, it goes a bit wrong, and then you get that familiar surge in your blood where everything goes dizzy, your eyes partially unfocused, and you're like, oh, it's happening again.
Oh, good God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Okay, Lex, so is this going to work the same way that sleep would have? Because, yeah.
What's the effect?
You guys must be whisper chatting what spell he casted, because I don't even know.
I was casting sleep, which would hit a few of them, and that's the result on the Wild Surge table.
Yeah, last time you tried to cast like warmth or something, and I ended up going for magically for 2 hours. Not really. Maybe.
Alright, give me a moment.
I mean, I don't know how many of them would sprout that useless appendage. That's up to you.
That's alright. I will do this.
I've all gone from the initiative table as well, Lex, by the way.
I know.
I mean, it could have been worse. I'm okay with that one.
I could do with another.
Appendage, so I mean,
they do not. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, so you go to cast sleep, you're pretty sure it's sleep, and you get that dizzying, weird feeling in your head, and everything goes weird. You're momentarily drunk for a few seconds. The strange, hairy people, they all scream in unison as their bodies twist, their sinews snap, their bones break, their arms start to elongate. They grow multiple appendages throughout their bodies. They kind of like fall onto the floor as they start to uncontrollably mutate. Their eyes snap back open. Some have 2, some have 6, some have 18, and they all roar as one and start to slowly get used to their appendages and how they move. They start to approach you. So they will go last in the round because they're all screwed up. There we go.
There's still water on the floor.
Yeah, there's like a very shallow kind of water that covers everything from melting.
Any cracks in the wall?
Yeah, the walls do have a few cracks in them. Yeah.
Right. Well, Road turns with the torch, jams it into one of the cracks in the wall, probably making the crack slightly larger. To be fair, holding it in place, and then he withdraws his shield and then just stands in the doorway.
Okay, you can do that, certainly.
That's my action. I'm not doing anything else.
You're going to sort of bar the door.
And he's going to yell to them, "I will sing to you the songs of my people as I slay you." And then starts grumbling and mumbling in his own language.
You're certainly bigger than the door, so you can physically impose yourself in the door.
I am the new door. I had to lean down to tell them that before I stood up again, just to let you know.
Yeah.
I don't think Gold has any fog of war around him, or his little, what's it called? Can't see him. He went away.
He's like Sunroll.
Oh, hey.
He ran away from the fight.
You solid snake.
I think he's the only token we don't share vision with.
Okay, so is that on purpose, or is that something we should adjust?
I will actually adjust that.
Yeah, let the others know where I'm at.
Yeah, it would help him not get lost.
Yeah. Okay, you slip into the shadows. You feel like you've done a good job.
All right, I'm sort of hiding next to the, like you said, Solid Snake. So, what's the name of that video game? So Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, I'm just yeah, I was around the other corner there, and I found a little cardboard box, put that on, and then you just noticed a cardboard box kind of walked in between Vibka and Sun roared, and then parked itself right here next to the door without anybody really noticing. I basically look like an Amazon delivery for the White Walker room sitting on their front porch door.
All right, cool.
Did you just ping us, or did I drag myself somewhere? Because it all went black for me all of a sudden. Oh, thank you. That's better.
So, Sun, bearing in mind there is a bear blocking the doorway.
I'm going to buff the bear. I'm going to cast Enlarge upon the bear so that he does 1.2 times as much damage as normal.
Nice.
That might be a bad idea.
You'll only be 1.2 times as tall.
Yes, I'm already 9 foot. It's a 10-foot high corridor.
You'll have to drop to all fours.
If you do the math, that's fine. No, if you do the math, that's fine.
Oh yeah, 1 point. Yeah, exactly.
So my head is now squished up against the ceiling. Great.
Cool. You feel yourself stronger and larger. Little web.
She says to Rorad, she says, Rorad, fall back into the corridor to the T. She says, fight them in the corridor. So they're single file.
Good tactics.
And she kind of moves here so that they can basically hit them from this side and hit them from this side when they come in here, and they can only attack one at a time, whereas we can kind of flank them from both sides, and they can only walk in single file. Unless these things start crawling on the walls, not giving you ideas, Lex.
Okay. So the thing's turns, which I won't jump into the order because it resets everything. First one. Yep. We change the macro a bit because they're horrible creatures now. That's better. Okay, so the first one will strike at the bear in the doorway.
Nope.
Nope. Tries to rake its bony, mutated hands down you, but you block it with your shield. Second one comes up and does the same. Which is also a nope. The other two won't be able to fit, so they will just stagger, pull, slime their way behind. Top of the round, Yaslana.
Bear's got the door full of bear. There ain't nothing I can do.
The giant bear.
The giant bear is currently singing a song in his own language about Bearazad the Great, who slaughtered an entire tribe of goblins with nothing but a pickaxe. And he did hear Webb, but he has decided to ignore her for now because moving away from them poses a bigger risk. So what he's going to do, he's going to try and thin the herd a little by striking out at the one to his left.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you cleave it quite nicely. It squeals and thrashes on the ground as it drops into two pieces. The pieces still thrashing around.
Able to disengage after that attack action, or is it a full round action? I can never remember.
You can take a step back if you like. Because these things have been recently transmuted, so they're not used to their appendages, which are completely unnatural.
How much is a step back? Is it just one?
You could move back to where where Sun's standing. You could sort of step back to where the junction is. Yeah.
That is Road's turn.
Yellow. Solid snake.
The cardboard box moves around in the hallway a little bit, shifts position. Nobody notices. People just assume that the residents must have restacked the boxes or something out of the way. Let's set these packages out of the way until after this battle. Yeah, it could be a mimic.
Boxes.
Could be a
Like these could be nice cereal boxes. Let's get what's inside.
A mimic. Mimic.
It's always a mimic.
Special delivery.
So what happened to the body of the one that just died?
The bits thrashed around for a few seconds before sort of twitching and then falling still, and it's just kind of like its entrails, though weirdly mutated, kind of splashed the floor. It's definitely dead.
Did it bleed all over the floor?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to metamorphose liquids on its blood to turn it into acid.
Nice. You can certainly do that.
Walters.
And so once it's changed to acid, what's the damage for touching the acid?
2d4 per round in the acid.
All right. That's harsh. I like it. First one. Okay, so as they're sort of clambering over their fallen foe, all the water around them transmutes, and there's a hissing noise. They kind of like stagger around and they shake their bizarre, malformed limbs, and two of them just fall slump. They're not able to sort of manipulate their weird appendages. They end up rolling around in the acid and just sizzling and decomposing in it. The one at the back, this one, who still appears to be moving, is gravely wounded. It's kind of mewing in a kind of pathetic tone, and it's just sort of backing away a little bit as half of its form is melted, and its eyes are kind of like looking around.
That was a wicked spell.
Tell me. Webb glances around the corner, peers down the corner to make sure that nothing's coming from behind. And,
Looks clear.
Okay. And she stays out of the way for now. She watches their back.
All right, cool. She keeps her rear guard. This one, let's see. It's been mutated. Let's do a roll against its intelligence. Oh, it's dumb. So it's going to have to... Oh, that's enough. It as it's staggering around, it in its panic, it tries to leave the room and ends up going through the acid instead. The part of it that wasn't burned starts to sizzle on its one elongated arm, and it falls sideways into the acid and twitches and sizzles as it dies.
Congratulations,
takes care of
Sherlock.
that.
You did not run from a fight. I'm so proud of you.
Well, of course not. I'm a little more powerful now.
That is an awesome spell.
That is an interesting spell.
Mm. So you slay what once were those strange, bedraggled creatures that were then mutated into horrors through the magical power of Yaslana. I'm sure that Yaslana intended it that way. And you win the battle.
Road wins.
I pop up out of the mimic box and run promptly into the room to see what's up with the pile of dead bodies.
That's it!
Oh, watch your step. Watch your step.
Oh
There's
god.
acid on the floor.
You could dex check. You dex check it. If you make the dex check, you can like roll through it or cartwheel over it.
Rolling it. Dex is 17, the roll is 13.
Yeah. Yeah, you make it. You hear them warn you, oh, watch about the acid. And you're like, oh, and you just kind of like leap over it, do a little
Step on the body
handstand.
with the slowly dissolving bad guys.
Yeah. And you step into the room. And in the room there is a great pile of bodies of different species. They've been there for different amounts of time, some for a few days, some for a few weeks, some horribly for a few months. The smell is unpleasant, without a doubt. The room's lit by 2 torches, and you look at them to see if there's anything on them.
I look to see if they're alive first. I will try to rescue anyone that's still living.
Yeah,
Second, I'll loot
you
them.
sort of go through them. All right, you have a look through them, and no one appears to be alive, and you start to go through their
Oh,
belongings.
what a shame. What a shame. None of them are alive. I'll just have to loot them.
This is true. And, dear friends, you'll have to tune in next week to see what your rogue manages to loot from the bodies.
Ah.
You know that, girls. You're not a murder hobo, you're a loot hobo.
I'm some kind of snow hobo. Solid snake mimic.
Well, thank you very much, guys. It was awesome, as always.
Solid snake in it. Yes, time ran away from us.
Yeah,
That was good.
Man.
Excellent use of spells. A little bit of magic.
We got cheered for, I think. Massive crowd.
Yeah, sounds like it.
As always, guys, thanks for coming. It was lots of fun. We will continue your delve into this bizarre old... Could it be a crypt? Is it someone's home? You'll have to find out next week.
Okay, then, guys. Well, enjoy your weeks. I will see you all next week.
Good plan, Andy.
I'll hang out. I'll be in Discord all week, so if you want to chat, let me know.
I'm sure
See you
me and
guys
you are
later.
going to be having a chat this week, Lex. Trust me.
Have a good week, everyone.
What? Are we losing people?
We're at the end.
Ah. So we just finished?
Yeah. Lex gave a farewell and told us that we would pick up next week.
Cool. That was a wicked spell. Or whatever he used. Because those things that looked absolutely like fucking nasty.
I have no idea. I was hiding in a box. And then I ran into the room and they said there was acid on the floor and I dex checked and got around it. And then Lex said, like, find out next week what happens.
Nice. Fun group.